Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Time in California is 5:21 a.m. And as usual, I've been up early around the same witching hours. The most normal hours when your loved ones from the other side come and talk to you. Now I see when my dad would wake up and call me at different hours of the night, and plus around the time that it's certain numbers and codes. So I said, if you see 304, 1111 for me, 1010, 316, it means something. But I've been up and my spirit is bothering me. I am hoping everyone's going to have a good day. I want you to have a good day. There's a few things going on. I am going to choose this day to be in recluse, and there's spiritual projects I've been needing to catch up on anyway. I call upon my priests and my priestesses, practitioners, and others. There's things I need to say. It's going to sound crazy. I have conspiracy theories too. I'm not trying to sound weird right now, but my spirit is troubled. Sometimes your soul knows some things before you do. And not trying to gain certain gifts, I really think that whatever is in my system already was amplified because of shit I did years ago without knowing what I was doing. And I did not know I got what I asked for, but there's a price that comes with it. And something you can't control. My shoulders are on fire right now. And I have goosebumps, which tells me that I'm surrounded. And sometimes I tend to pick up the emotions of others. And I'm feeling some type of way. I'm just saying, for a few things we're going to talk about today, I'm going to get this off my chest, is if anything, we're being so consumed by the media and this massive scare about this new pandemic. Let's focus on a solution. So for my Buddhist sisters, I'm chanting today. I'm choosing this day to close in. I'm cleansing my entire house and resetting every fucking thing right now. I still have not set my altar. That's going to happen today. I'm going to go shopping in a second because they have toilet paper going on. I don't need much. I have a small booty. And plus I have wipes. But still, I don't need much. But it's just certain things I need to get. I'm seeing how everyone's panic shopping. It does not make sense. I'm a simple person. I'm glad I live by myself. I don't have a huge ass family. I'm by myself. I don't even eat bread. I just need one loaf. This dude had a whole basket full of bread. So let me ask you, bro, what's going to happen when that bread goes back and starts molding the next week? How's that going to work? People are just buying up shit and then doing some very selfish ass things, like to sit there and put it on Amazon and eBay to sell at a higher price. Like, that should be a crime. I'm so serious. Because people who really truly do need it, what the fuck? Again, small minds. But yet there's so many different medicines that are still on the shelves though. So what if you get sick or something else happens? I'll talk about that too. So as many know, I have a condition. People know I have a condition. As far as me having hyperthyroidism, cancer survivor, I'm taking radioiodine pills still right now, lower dosage, aspirin, a whole lot of things for my heart and my thyroid. And I'm having side effects. So I was in the hospital because I tend to throw up blood every once and again, but Saturday got worse. And even yesterday was bad. And as baby daddy has seen me through my whole journey from the start of when I first got diagnosed back in 5/4 of 2018 until current, he's seen my whole journey of me losing weight, throwing up, all this shit I've been through, about to pass out. He's seen a lot. He hasn't seen that though. I know Masonic Cancer saw that. But I had another episode yesterday, but it's going to take time for it to taper off. They changed my medications, but it's just having to adjust. So if I cough, and this is weird, I'm going to talk about that too. I'm so confused because it's interesting to see how what people are seeing on TV versus what I'm experiencing in real life. Two different things. And so again, I'm trying to sit there. I'm not trying to argue. Oh God. Okay. So me and baby daddy, we're still homies. I'm going to get to that next too. But he gets very panicked about the news. Like, he stays on the news. But the news has a chance to distort and like blow things up the more than what it should be at times. And I don't trust everything I see. I'll say it like that. So if I'm telling you, so on Saturday, I was supposed to go on that trip of Monterey to Masonic Cancer with him and just drive and chill. And I wasn't feeling good. And I threw up blood that morning. It's just because the radioiodine and that aspirin or amphetamine is what they call it. Another name for it. It tends to agitate your stomach. So whatever I was doing, it's a reaction to my medications. Everything else is cool. I'm clean. Everything's good. But because of my condition, those medications are agitating my stomach lining. They warned me of that before. They adjusted everything, but I still have to go through it. It's going to take some time for my stomach to heal itself. So even after they adjusted the medications, I'm still going to throw up blood here and there, including yesterday. But it freaks some people out. I'm okay. And so as I'm retaining this while I'm laying down and like resting, I wake up, I have a cough, I throw up after or before I take the medication, trying to keep the medication down. That's what happens to me. It's normal flow. People who have been through radiation and chemo understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, where I'm going with this. So as baby daddy is very aware of my condition, but he gets so sucked into the news. So while he's sitting there, a lot of people are panicking so badly over this pandemic. And I have questions because when I went to the hospital on Saturday, I kid you not, they didn't have everything quarantined. I asked the nurse, I said, have you guys had any corona cases yet? She said, no, somebody had to be in isolation, but I think that's because the dude committed a crime. And so he had to be surrounded by cops. But some nurses and staff had masks on, some didn't. And before I went in, I'm trying to think. So I think was it Thursday or Friday? I don't know if I was on the phone and Masonic Cancer was here. And they asked me a series of questions because I've been sniffling and coughing for weeks. But I mean, it's been like that for a while. I feel okay. I thought I had a fever for a minute, but it just is a part of my medication. And I'm cool now. I'm sniffling right now, but I mean, keep in mind too, I have a nasal with the nose rings going on right now. And so they asked me a series of questions. I really am wondering some things about this whole thing. I just have so many different questions. So I'm jumping all over the place right now. So when I was on the phone with my doctor, letting him know I'd have paperwork filled out for my job. And on the top of that, I'm feeling some type of way. They asked me if I have flu symptoms or whatever else. And I have a pre-existing, my immune system is not strong. But they say you probably have the flu. It's not corona. And so then I'm okay. And before I called 911 on Saturday to be brought in by the ambulance to be fast-tracked into the ER because otherwise I'll be waiting in the waiting room. I don't have time for that shit. I don't care what's wrong with you. They'll leave you there to die. And so they asked me, I'm letting them know, I've been coughing and I have a runny nose and whatever else. They asked me a series of questions. They're like, okay, you're fine. You don't have corona, whatever else. Even the EMT, the paramedics, and they're not wearing face masks. And they're like, this is all being blown up. It's probably the flu, nothing wrong. I go to the hospital, San Leandro Hospital, and I'm chilling. And like a couple of staff had face masks on, but majority of the medical staff did not have face masks on. And I'm not seeing any type of quarantine, nothing like this. This is nothing to sit there and bring alarm. Other than having to move me from my private room into a different room because of an isolation incident. But that was something because it was criminal. But I asked the nurses that. They're like, this really is being blown out of proportion. We have not seen anything like this yet or whatever else. But on the news, they're saying they're not prepared, but they have not seen any cases yet. And they said they tested me. It's just probably the flu because my temperature was cool at that point. And even with me having coughing, I was coughing and throwing up blood, but that's because of my medical condition from me having medications. But it wasn't really a threat. And so I'm having this debate, me and baby daddy debate. We was on the phone for hours debating about some shit. Motherfucker. So versus what he sees on TV is not what I'm experiencing. Even for like, I'm telling you this because I have been at the hospital. I have been in the ambulance. I have talked to my doctors and they're telling me certain things versus what you're seeing on TV. And so then I'm being a little paranoid now because I'm waking up coughing. I'm coughing a little bit more, but it's because I'm coughing up blood, my medications. And so I see on the news for KTVU, Channel 2 News, check the Project Baseline COVID-19 to see and pre-screen yourself to see if you have the symptoms. And I looked online and actually gave myself surveys time and time again. How is it that these different ball players and different actors are being diagnosed with the shit and have no symptoms? How do you know? And then I'm answering the questions on these surveys. So they ask me, they're asking me this. They're asking me if I have flu type conditions. So yes, I am coughing. Yes, I am have a runny nose. And no, I don't have, I'm not shortness of breath. And they asked me if I have pre-existing issues for my heart. So yes, I do have that. I have a heart issue. I have blood pressure. I have heart arrhythmia. And I'm taking radiation right now. But they also asked me if I'm over the age of 60. No. And every time it came out as I'm not eligible, I don't need to have to be tested. So my question now is, how is it these motherfuckers are being tested and testing up positive, don't even have any symptoms, but then I have symptoms and I'm still like not qualified? Like, what the fuck, yo? So it makes you wonder some shit. So I know they're not rolling out the tests like there should be, whatever else, but some shit's not adding up to me. I'm keeping that 100. I'm saying this from personal experience, firsthand experience, okay? You guys have seen me in the hospital over the weekend. I'm telling you what happened. Another thing I have a question about, and I'm being a conspiracy theorist right now. If Masonic Cancer, which we can have a good conversation about this shit because he would feel it too. But how is it? I wonder, because you know how our news for the U.S., our country's reporting, they're saying it's global wide. We hear about the U.S. and states reporting different cases and all these deaths. Iran, even ISIS is saying some shit now. Italy is saying some shit. China really is saying some shit. How come we're not hearing from Russia? How come we're not hearing about Russia or Ukraine? Do you find that interesting? And correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, for Trump, he has managed to piss everybody off. And as he was sucking up Putin's dick, pretty much, and things blew up on him, and that man has some power. And he's very powerful. All of a sudden, we're talking about all the other countries and all this other stuff. But Russia's being very quiet right now. The people he pissed off the most and tried to turn the whole world against, how come they're being so quiet, but yet everybody else is being affected? I have not heard anything about Russia. Think about it. It's like you don't bite the hand that feeds you. And so with him playing the game of the election, whatever else, he sit there and turned his ally into his enemy. And I do believe in the biological warfare. This stuff is all meant to happen. And as he turned all the other countries against this country, they're like, no, fuck that. You know what? I got you, bruh. And everybody else associated with you, fuck you in the bus you rode in, and you feel me? But I have not heard anything about Russia or Ukraine, all those other countries. He sat there, all this stuff is going on politics. So I can see they pissed them off enough to where they're being cool right now and chilling. They have a antidote, but fucking everybody else up. It's like, fuck you and your mama. That's how I feel, though, for real. Regardless of that, that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm missing something because I have not heard a word about Russia. I'm hearing about all these other countries. And let me say, too, there's a reason why I'm doing today what I'm doing. I'm going to sage and cleanse and set my house in order. I'm going to meditate today. I need to cleanse a lot of energy because I'm feeling a lot of energy from not just one party, but a lot. My biggest thing is being a healer. The hardest thing for me is grounding and chilling because you pick up the other person's pain and emotion. So even before you say anything, I feel you. And it hurts. But I still have to do what's best for me. And it's just not easy. So even before I sensed you, before you even contacted me, that's just for like 2 right now. I feel your pain. Did I mean to hurt you? And I mean that. I appreciate the time too. It's just, we're passing on through. In the meantime, I'm praying for a few things here. My sisters that are having a vacation right now, for Aries and Capricorn, I really want you to get back safe, and your family too. You've been on my mind since this morning. I woke up with you on my mind. All this shit going on. This is not what you signed up for. I'm going to have to spray you down and disinfect you because you had a monkey on your shoulder, though. When you get back. But I'm praying for safe travels and that they're safe. I'm figuring out why I've been talking to baby daddy so much, because we've been talking before like this. We can go 6 to 8 hours on the phone because he'll sit there and have a job before he sit there and just drive and multitask with a Bluetooth in his ear. And we talk all throughout the day for like 6 to 8 hours plus. We sit there and kick each other like right after work. It be going down. I'm still a homie, and we're back in that pattern. And my thing is I'm picking up his energy. So his pain is my pain. I'm picking up your pain. I'm picking up the stress. And so I'm trying to figure out why in these past few days he's been very aggressive. Like not towards me, but just an overall. Something's triggered him. There's a stem of what's agitating him. So my thing is to figure out what's going on. And now I got it. And I'm a listening ear. I get it. My thing is to ground and shield, because as I heal somebody else, be reminded that misery loves and demands company, as even he said best. So same, you surround yourself with happy, successful people, you shall become that. Be careful who you surround yourself with. And even as you heal, you have to learn to put a ground and shield up. And that's my thing, because I'm too easy to be sucked into that person's energy. So that pain becomes my pain. And though it's cool to sit there and catch up and still healing, it's trying to sit there and find that balance. Again, I'm a Libra. Don't forget I'm scales. So even on the phone every day since he came out, like for about 3 to 5 plus hours. And I get some things. And I feel Masonic Cancer. And my intent is not to hurt people. It's just I'm learning from past experiences. And even though we have a vibe and connection, that maybe we're just passing on through. And I still have healing to do too. My wounds are still fresh. Don't forget. But don't think that I don't appreciate the time that we had on some moments. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed the time. But it's just we're not compatible. And I feel there's a reason why my dad, before he passed away, there was a very special necklace my dad gave me. And bracelet. It was actually a ant with a cute little pink jewel in the middle tied to a strawberry. It was Betty Jackson or Betty Johnson. But he considered a black widow because he's between my dad and my son, my stepdad, my brothers. They consider it like a sport to sit there and watch me how I sit there and break dudes down because I will eat you alive. I just don't play that shit. When I told my son I was gay, he was like, yeah, I could tell because of shit like this right here, basically. But I'm not a normal female. I can love on you, whatever else, and give you the world, but I'm just very particular. I'm learning from my mistakes. And just as I love you, I can switch just like that. But I have to move on. And I need to work on, again, I said the compassion factor, because it's not meant to try to hurt, even for baby daddy, not trying to hurt. But you have to be in protection of yourself. But sometimes I'm not the nicest person. Now I execute that either. But the intent is just to move on. So not to say I don't, even if the person's not meant for me, and I need time. Right now, I need time and space. Even for right now, I'm burning up. I really am burning up right now. This is crazy. And that tells me that somebody's here. So I know it's daddy. Daddy's waiting for me to sit there and set that altar. Because that conduit candle is how he talks to me. You practitioners, you priestesses will understand what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do today is reset everything. I have too much energy in my house. I have too much energy in my house that's been lingering and things that do not belong to me. So I am going to reset the energy. I am going to chant. I'm going to pray. Not just for my sisters who are over there in that country, over there with their family right now and trapped. I'm going to check on you. Not just for my Leo sis, who she's been on my mind too. Not just for baby daddy, because there's something that's really hurting him. And now I understand what is agitating his soul. And I understand why. I get it now. What will it take for you to release yourself from that negative energy that does not belong to you? For Masonic Cancer, I feel you. That's crazy. For my son. But for everybody in general, for my brothers, a little big bro, don't forget, if you need a washer and dryer, I have one over here, blood. It's $2 for the washer and the dryer. But I got you. And come have a drink. What's up? But I'm trying to just figure things out. But right now, today is going to be a reset day and focus day. I'm going to go shopping in, Safeway, so they open after 10 o'clock for normal public. Because they're opening their things to seniors first. There's things I need to get they didn't have yesterday, but it's coming in today. I'm not doing panic shopping. I'm a simple person. I just need some stuff for dinner and get some cookies and get some toilet paper, just in general, just one small pack and some garbage bags because I'm out. But I'm going to stay in today and just focus on spirit. Whatever is happening, we have gone through Ebola. We've gone through H1N1, swine flu, bird flu, SARS. It's always something. But we still make it through. We'll be okay. Whatever has happened is meant to happen. Stop worrying about whatever the fuck. Whatever the universe and God, however you call the name, has meant for you, is meant for you. And I'm sounding like my dad right now because the weekend before he was murdered, he's like, Tamara, if I die today, he said, I did everything I wanted to do. And I'll be okay with it. For me, even with this whole me throwing up blood and having to go through fucking thyroid issues and cancer, all the stuff I survived, even for me, if I died today because I still made it in a place where I was safe, I'd be very okay because I did everything I wanted to do. I still survived and I made it. And the way I live my dad's legacy. And I live through him, or he lives through me. People always focus on the panic and the worries, but focus on what you're grateful for. So what are you grateful for? People complain about all this shit, but even for baby daddy, I swear, you complain about you're not making enough money. I don't care what I did for this dude. He was balling at one point. He lost that job, not because it was beyond his control. And he had every opportunity to still make money every ways, but it's never going to be good enough for him. But he still had a roof over his head while I was living in a shelter. You feel me? You still had food in your mouth when some people don't have nothing. I'm praying for the homeless. I'm chanting for the homeless. I'm meditating for this whole world. Because this shit right here is not cool. And I remember some things me and my dad talked about. And people talk about the Bible with the end days, all this other shit. It's not that. Some things have to fall apart for them to fall into place. Does that make sense? And whatever is meant to be will be. Focus on what you're grateful for. Everything's vibration. Everything's vibration. And you'll have a lot more great things happening. Remember about Ghostbusters 2, and they sprayed down the Statue of Liberty with positive vibe, like type of slime. And it killed whatever bad was going on. It came good, came of it. That's a real concept. So rather than focus on panic and hurt and all this other shit going on, focus on what you're grateful for and the positive. Do I believe there's a pandemic? I'm still suspect on that part, because what I experienced from going from me having an episode to going to the paramedic, to the fire truck and ER and the nurse staff, whatever else, the doctors, even for taking a thing for Project Baseline, COVID-19. People are seeing this stuff on the news channel, but I'm experiencing this shit firsthand. And I'm gonna be, I feel some type of way. We have gone through so many different end of world type of times with all these other viruses and shit, man created, by the way. I'm not saying don't discount the shit, still be careful. And stuff we should be doing that anyway. You should be buying toilet paper and water, but don't do it for selfish gain. That's some stupid shit. Don't do panic shopping. I believe what's going on, but just don't be a sheeple. Anyway, you guys, I want you guys to have a blessed day. I am going to sleep for an hour. I'm going to get up. I am going to start to reset my altar. I know that baby daddy's coming over here today, and I feel his energy already. He's up. He's about to get ready for work right now, too. And I'll still be a listening ear. I don't care what the fuck happened. I'm still his friend. As he says, I'm still his BFF. And I get it. He said, not even death will keep him from me. And what did he say? Breath of fresh air. Bofa. He called me Bofa. He's going through something right now. And my thing is for grounding and shielding. So whatever he's going through, do not let his energy be my energy, but still focus on positive. So whatever's happening with all you guys, whatever you're going through, all this fear and shit like that, focus on the positive. I'm calling upon my Buddhist sisters and brothers, my fratters. I'm calling for my priests and priestesses. I'm calling for all you practitioners. Rev a vibration today. Even moving forward, just focus on the positive. We've been so sucked in on a negative. Focus on the positive and healing and light. And whatever you feel in your heart, breathe it out. But let's reset this shit, because people are getting too sucked in. So anyway, you guys have a good day. Peace profound. I declare that whatever's going on, Whatever it is, may you have a good day. As it is above, it so shall be below. So mote it be. You understand me?